Hey, anybody want to do a jingle for me? An intro jingle? I need to come up with some cool music. I need to figure out a way to, I don't know, embed Superman music into something that doesn't sound like copyright infringement. So I don't know. Something like that. But seeing as I don't expect me to be able to do that anytime soon, I'll have to come up with something else. But so anyway, got lots to do, man. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Lots and lots to do. You know, this guy's interesting. Look, he looks like he's like, this is how he comes in. I mean, if you got this guy coming at you, he looks pretty cool, man. He's not, so it's kind of hard to show, but this is what he's going to look like when he's making that final approach towards you. Charge, dude! I'm going to wreck you day. You're going to be an unhappy camper. So, anyway, I'm going to throw some glue down, get a couple of these guys on a base so I can at least, you know, start fiddle-faddling with them at some point. Yeah, I said fiddle-faddling. Once this guy's glued in, he ain't never coming out. So I'm telling you right now, I got to get this right in the first try. That little ball in there is going to be quite the permanent affliction. Just like that, it'll be glued in. Oh, the only reason that wouldn't work is because I'm using this. It's an activator, right? So you have to push it pretty thin because it's going to push up against the arcs of the floor of the thing. Then it's going to be done and done, man. It actually goes in there really good. Just like that, painted or glued in there. Instant glue, man. That tell you activator is awesome. I don't know why I didn't know about that stuff in the past, but now this guy might not fit in the next case. I gotta get one to see. He's got a big old base, and I don't know if he's gonna fit. He might be too big. Yeek. Yep, I would have. If I'd have known, I would have had him resize this guy down. I really thought he was just a normal dude. I didn't know he was a big pig. I would have had him size him down, probably down to, I don't know. See how big is this thing? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to size him down too small, but down to 60 millimeters or so. I mean, this is 60 millimeters. I don't know. Maybe 50 millimeters. Take 10 millimeters off. Just bring him down a notch. Then he would have fit. Just size him down to where he wasn't more than 3.5 inches tall. That's what I would have had him do. Because right now he's about 3 3.75 inches tall. He's like really close. So unfortunately, he's not going to fit in one of my cases yet. Not until we get the new ones out. We got to get those made though. So we're not there yet. To be honest, this will probably be more than enough magnet because in most cases these guys just aren't that heavy. You put one of these 1.5 inch whatever things on there. I can't. It's no point. Well, I still got to put magnet on him because I do need to. Because if I don't, I got to put magnet on him because if I don't, I won't be able to paint him very easily. I'll have to hold him. I'll have to hold him, and I don't want to do that. Far too lazy for that nonsense. That'll work. I just don't want to squeeze this stuff onto my table because I don't want him to get stuck to my table. I did put activator down, but here's the thing. I don't, like I said, I don't want him to, I don't want to press him down so hard that he, I don't want any goop coming out. I don't want glue on my table. Alright, it's good enough. I'm just going to set him on his side actually, so he doesn't actually get glue where he doesn't belong. So he's just ready to be done something with. Should I put the little kids one in his backpack? So this guy has actually been sized to fit on one of these, which I will do. Got this guy here. We'll go ahead and see if I can, supposedly there's a plastic, pretty sure there's a plastic coating on this thing. You kind of want that off. There you go. Ooh, shiny. I want it off though, because it's gonna look. It's gonna be. It might. Whatever I put on there is gonna be kind of messed up by it, right? Because that little film will come off, and if that film comes off, then whatever I did is. Man, that's cool. It's really. Like a black glass, but sadly, like I said, it's gonna be covered up. I got it specifically so that it would fit this thing at 60 millimeters, and I don't have any other 60 millimeter bases, so I'm gonna put this towards the back because whatever that leg is sticking out. We're assembling Krampus. So if anybody's curious, what the heck are you doing? I'm like, well, Krampus, who needs to be painted as well. I'm going to do some St. Nick stuff. I don't know what, but maybe put a base coat down or something on him. But first I got to get Krampus some assembly going here. So, because I got to get Krampus some... I get Krampus some primer on and stuff. So he's got to start getting his face on. Start getting assembled. Now I don't see anything about Krampus here that's really going to prevent me from painting him. Now granted, it's going to be a little trouble painting. Maybe I should probably wait on the, maybe I should just do his body on the bottom, and then I could do the top separately, and then also I should probably get a coat of stuff on his back too, because this is going to block up what I can do. But let's see here. I am gonna. I have an image of Krampus on my computer here. I need to look at. I just got to make sure I kind of get him figured out. Nope. Nope. I'm just trying to figure the assembly out here, because it doesn't really show me how this goes. Does it go this way? Is this rock supposed to be part of it? Huh. It actually kind of looks like it could fit. Then you have assembly instructions. I don't know where this goes. I know this goes to this base. I just don't know how it goes on. I may have to write them and go, how do you put this on? How does this go on the... What is the proper positioning for Krampus to go on this base? Because according to that, he is right over it. I mean, it's some form of right on top. Like that. I just don't know what the... Like that? Does his... Oh, maybe... Oh, maybe... Oh, okay. Maybe I can do it like this. Aha! There we go. There we go. So he's got 1 foot up on the rock. There we go. He's got 1 foot up on the rock, and then the rest of it is kind of like... Not. Like that. There we go. That fits perfect. Perfect. Now, I guess you do kind of see that horse like that. Okay, so yeah. There we go. Just like that. Now, his foot kind of floats. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I can probably do something with that if I want to. But I know how it goes now. It goes up on the rock. Okay, so what do you suggest, man? Should I put Krampus, should I just glue Krampus down like that and work with it like that? I mean... Or should I wait and put some, at least some primer and junk down? And maybe even a little color underneath? Maybe even put some crackly ground down underneath him? If I paint this all yellow, I'm thinking he's a fiend, so he's like gonna be, it wouldn't be weird to be in a hellscape, right? So I'm thinking like if I put some crackly ground down underneath him, painted it yellow, let the crackly ground, put some crackly down underneath him, and then glue him on, or put him on top of the crackly ground so that it would kind of stick, build into it. And then that'll fill up all the gaps. While it looks like he's standing on said crackly ground. Yeah. Give me a nice solid underground, but I'd have to prime him, paint the ground solid yellow, put some gloss down over it, and then put the crackly ground over it with him on top, just to fill all the gaps. And see where it takes me from there, I guess. It wouldn't be a lot of crackly ground. I'd have to go pretty thin, I think. Because I kind of want it to be a hellscape because it's very rough stuff, but at the same time... So I want it to look like lava rock, like all black, but I want yellow to be underneath it. You know, like lava. It's just this yellow, crackly junk underneath it. But I have to put him down on top of it so that it doesn't, distort where he's going to sit. But it might work. But I'd have to get the prime. So this guy's going to take a couple layers of getting ready, I think. I may have to work my way up to assembly on that guy. Just because there's certain things that are going to have to be done in my prepping for him. So we'll have to prime him in pieces, I think, to get that look I'm going for. So those guys will get primed probably tomorrow. And I don't know, a horn, a basket, cornucopia, an empty one, which is totally weird because I got a lid. I got an extra lid, but I don't know how the heck I would use that lid because the other one has this. I mean, I guess I could try to do something like glue this on over his head. Well, that makes sense because the kid's like holding it up with his hand, right? So I'd like glue it on like that, and it would sit on him. Well, maybe that's what it's supposed to do. Like the kids are trying to get out, so they don't give you this on there so that you can paint underneath it. Got ideas. Got ideas. This is a cool figure. Cool figure. All right. I should have brought water down. I'm really thirsty. Should have brought water down. Okay. The reason I'm even doing anything that isn't painting my guy Santa right now is because I have. It's just like, do I paint these bases first and then glue him down on top of them? That'd probably be best because they are kind of cool. Dang, so many pieces I gotta like paint later. Or, you know, I can't glue them together fully because I gotta paint these bases. Oops. Thing is, now I got to figure out how to store these because if I'm not putting them immediately on a mini, I got to make sure that they're not like put somewhere where they're going to dry and stick to something they're not supposed to. All right. Going into overheat mode again. Got a heater going. Probably should turn that off, but we'll see. I'll be all right for a moment. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll put these guys in with their mini, their bases, which have to be painted separately. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know which one. Is one of them supposed to be flying on this thing? I don't even know what the fourth base is. Is it this? Must be. I don't know. I'm not going to close the lid on this. I'm just trying to get them all in the same case together. so that they can be worked, you know. And bam, ready to go. That one's probably dried really quick. That one's probably like done drying right now. Okay, we'll put those guys off to the side for some primer later too. And what else we got? Who else is like sitting here waiting for me to do something useful to them? Gotta keep plugging away. I gotta get some of this stuff out of my way because I've got so many things that are blocking my progress right now. Just in the way, you know. And who else? Who else wants? That's Santa's weird thing. I don't know what that is, but I didn't prime Santa's sword or any of his other stuff. I primed Santa. Santa's ready to start getting some paint on him. I gotta do his other stuff though. So for now, I've got him on flex, got him glued onto a base, got him some very rough. We'll put some zenithal. We'll put some white ink on him to start getting him going in the right direction there. Problem with using cool bases for minis, you can't like. You got to paint the base before you put them on it. You don't have to, but like this, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this girl. Do I put a flight base on her? I don't have a base that's got a thing to hold her up, so I've got to like find a way to stick a flight base or something on her, like cut a small piece of plastic off so she can look like she's flying in on something. She's coming in, man. Coming in hot. Alright. Oh, and this guy, apparently, this Medusa was a freebie, so it has a couple flaws, but it's not a bad-looking little mini. I mean, head's a little tiny, though. I mean, that's the thing. It's like a 19mm head. And so it's not the most great mini, but I mean, for a freebie, what can I say, you know? It's a little bit bigger. Like, I think she should probably be at least a 32mm or even 35mm just to get her up to a size that's more, I don't know, manageable. Yeah, I got tinsel on my arm. I was putting up Christmas decorations today. Yes, I do Christmas decorations already. You're like, what? Christmas already? Yes, Christmas already. It's that time for us non-Scrooges. There's plenty of Scrooges out there. Don't get me wrong, Scrooges. I have nothing against you. Oh, yes, I do. You're a Scrooge. You're a Scrooge if you don't like Christmas. Some people, I don't like Christmas until December 23rd. Then I like Christmas just fine. It's not how it works. Get in the Christmas spirit, man. Alright. Let's see what I can accomplish in 20 minutes. I did say I was going to get paint on him, so the least I can do is follow through with what my title of my stream is. So, I'm going to do white ink and a dry brush. White ink and a dry brush. So we're doing the Zeol Zenithal Primamajig. Kinda. I mean, I'm no expert at Zenithal Primamajigging, so... Oops. Splashing water. Splashing water all over. Get the extra water out, because I don't really want it in there. I'm just trying to... I always dry my brushes with soap on them, so I gotta get the soap off. It keeps their head under control. The brush head. Alright, that'll do. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And some extra bright highlights on the top of his bod here. I like to use this cardboard here. I don't know why. It's pretty good for getting off the extra paint, but... I don't know if I did enough white on the top, to be honest. I don't know what the right amount of extra white on top is supposed to be. But it is whiter. What is the right amount? I don't know. I'm not a, like I said, I'm not a Zenithal priming expert. So, I mean, I just know that it's supposed to be gray on top, black on bottom, and, or black on bottom, gray on top, white on toppest. On top of top. You know, it's not really a thing. Do I have Santa on here? I'm just gonna put special here. I gotta start him up. We'll start him up and see where that takes me. Okay, so I think I've got some base coat. I got the white on, so let's start putting some color on him, man. I got a little time. How long is that gonna take? Can't take too long to put a little color on old Saint Nick here. Let's no, so that I have a picture of the wrong guy on screen, so we're gonna move him out of the screen. Okay. All right, so I had plans. Let's so we got to do some. We're gonna do some stuff with his armor, but we got to figure out what he's got on that I can. Because I got to start at the bottom, right? I mean, ideally you start underneath. Got a lot of hair. He's got hair even underneath the hair. He got hair under the hair. He's got some armor. What would Saint Nick wear as undergarments? Something red, right? I mean, he's red. It could be white, but I'm trying to think of what would be like that. Is that his Santa coat? He's not going to be... Yeah, this is Santa coat because he's got the white fluffies on it. So he's got the white Santa coat and armor over the top. So it's going to be red, just like a Santa coat. So we're going to go a lot of red on this guy. What would be a felty color red? Now it's not going to be glistening red, right? Because we don't want shiny red. That's going to be his armor. I'm going to make his armor kind of a metallic red, if I can. I would even I'd love to try to do Xanathol or NMM, but I think that's going to be too complicated for that much armor, especially since it's shaped and goes in different. Yeah, I think that's out of my league. We'll go with how about some layer Evil Suns? That's kind of a good Santa color. I mean, really, I could base him completely and totally in red. I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't. I mean, even just do a red ink all over him, just all over. I mean, everything except the beard, of course, because it's going to be a lot of red. He's Santa. And then I'll go over the higher areas with like the metallic reds and stuff that I want. And then we'll do the whites and all of his extra trim. But yeah, I don't see any reason why I couldn't just do a red. A red. I need a base of red though. I'm trying to decide if I want to do ink or if I want to just go with this color, which is just red, so it's not going to be an ink. But I have to make it pretty thin. I do have some a variety of reds. I got Slaughter Red. For some reason I got two of them. They're contrast paints. I do have a red ink, which really comes out kind of pink when you put it over other whites. That's why I'm saying I need a red. Let's just get a red down. Let's just see if this works. I'm going to need a lot of red. I may even want to add a little medium to that, maybe. Thin it out. Get my little stir spoon here. Alright, so here we go. Start slopping some paint on this guy. It's actually still kind of thick to me, though. And I'm literally slopping. I mean, this is a base color. I'm just going to try to not get too much on his beard, if possible. But everything underneath, all this understone, it's going to get reddenized. Uber McRedded. What the heck, man? Probably could have glued, well, I don't know, maybe. I was thinking maybe I could have glued the shield on, but nah, that would be a pain in the rear. Working around that shield. Shield's huge and it's way close up to his body, so yeah, it's probably good I'm doing it this way. Gotta keep St. Nick's. Gotta get all his parts accessible for as long as possible. Now, I'm not usually very big on painting my minis unassembled. This is like probably one of the first I'm doing, only because he's so big too. It's like, I don't need to avoid the armor too much because the armor is going to be red too, except for the snow parts and maybe the border. I guess like the border probably didn't have to be. Can you have metallic white? It's probably like a silver. That would be good, huh? Silver, yeah. Oh, this red's really good. It's got a good, very nice thick pigment to it. Now, I don't want it to be too thick, though. I mean, obviously, I want it to allow me to, see the color or the priming I did underneath, but it seems to be doing pretty good. No, I just want the lighting that comes with the priming I did to be visible. Like I said, I can do some of this. I can do his armor, but like I said, I'm going to end up getting the edges of his armor with this too. So because I really need to just color the parts I want to be red. I'm not. Thing is, and if you don't cover it, then when you put the other colors on, the bronze and stuff, or the silvers, they're going to have to overcome the color, except for where it's not there, and then that's a pain in the rear. So I'm just going to have to overcome it completely. It's making white. I mean, ultimately, it's got to be white, right? So I gotta overcome the color regardless. But I don't even know what that is supposed to be. Is that gonna be a snowflake? I kind of let this paint dry on him a little bit too much. It kind of clumped up a little bit. Gonna have to fix that later. Just means I gotta go a little thicker than I wanted to right there, but well, I mean, it might not be too bad, but you gotta, when you're spreading out, you gotta kind of get it where you want it, like right away, so it doesn't have a chance to dry, even though I was using this medium. This medium didn't slow it down. It went and did what it wanted to anyway. Oops, I'm farther ahead than I thought. I'm getting ahead of the camera again. Now this is Santa in his taking care of business garb. You know, sometimes you just gotta. Did you see what was it? What was it that came out last year? Silent Night or whatever it was. It had the guy from Stranger Things, and he was Santa, and he was caught up in some kind of a heist or some kind of a stupid family thing going on, and some people tried to rob this family, and the family's, you know, they were a messed up bunch anyway, but he got caught up in it, and there was a little girl, of course, and he's like, he had to help. So Santa put on his butt-kicking outfit. So apparently in that story, Santa's like, I'm spoiling it. If you haven't seen it, well, whatever. It's not like you're missing the greatest movie ever made. But and you've got to see it. If you see it, you see it. Don't watch it. Spoilers. If you don't want me to want to hear it, I'm talking about Silent Night, the movie, because hey, I'm painting Santa right now. So anyway, his the premise is that he's kind of like, yeah, he's a little like, you know, he's been doing this for a while. He was like some kind of Viking or something back in the day, and somehow got sucked into being Santa. I don't know. Didn't really go into too much detail how he ended up being Santa, but ultimately he ended up being Santa. And so he's doing this Santa thing, and his family's getting robbed, and his little girl's involved, and he ends up helping her, helping her out. And I think her parents are all right, so he's helping, everybody. I think her parents were all right in this, and it was he was just, had to kick some butt, and he did. But he had an axe, and he was violent. He took care of business. That's kind of what this is. This is Santa in his taking care of business garb. Bad guys abound, and sometimes Santa just gets to put away the ho 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 and get out the chop chop chop. Start doing some jolly whacking, and that's what he did. Did some jolly whacking, but he also got the snot beat out of him because he didn't have his armor. he was just Santa with an axe, and yeah, that was probably pretty rough on his whole. But Santa knew how to fight, man. Santa was not going to take any smack from these criminal types. No, I'm not really basing the whole thing with what red, but a lot of it's getting it because some of these areas are just hard to get to. And so a lot of it's going to have white. I mean, he's Santa. He's going to be red and white. That's what Santa is. So I'm not making this. I'm not like trying to make some new wave Santa that decides to try some new color schemes. It's certainly not no rainbow Santa or anything like that. It's just good old Saint Nick. But he's wearing his taking care of business garb. So we'll see how that goes. He's got an encounter coming with his arch nemesis. No, not Jack Frost. If you think it's Jack Frost, then you're watching too many Disney shows. It's Krampus. Krampus, the bad dude. I don't know if that's his official moniker, but That's what he is. But honestly, I've got a lot of freaking painting to do. This mini is not... It's going to be pretty easy because colors are simple with him. I mean, you know, Santa. But... still going to take some time. He's kind of a big fig. Painting his pants, getting all of his ho 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 going here. Oops, I think I painted... Did I paint the top of his boot? Oh no, he's got his boot folded over. That's weird. He's kind of got his boot folded over there. Why? I don't know. Why does he fold his boot over? Yeah, it's a Santa thing, you know. Or his boot's got like a cuff. That's probably about all I'm doing today. Is this is getting Santa's base coat red on, and then yeah, then that's probably it. I gotta stop. And tomorrow I'll try to do some more maybe. It's always doing the initial base coat is always kind of a, I don't want to say sloppy, but it's definitely less precise, you know. Because you're like trying not to get it all puddled up or anything like that, but you also got to get it on everything. Don't want any lingering spots. Can't really tell, but I might be missing the underside of his leg there. I am painting his shin guard, which apparently, I don't know if he's wearing one on the other leg because you can't see it. His robe is, or his Santa cloak is covering it up, so. Alright, so did I get up? Nope, gotta get this other one over here. Now I haven't even, oops, that's a lot of red. So yep, that's kind of all on there now. I think I've got it covered everywhere. Oh, nope, I did not. Just look at that. Entire part of his hat is missing the red. Alrighty, what else have I got? I think it's going to be one of those things I'm going to be painting. I'm like, oh look, I missed that spot. Oh look, I missed that spot too. Oh yeah, I missed that too. It's going to be just like that. Just because you don't know until you start painting all the details, and you're like, oh, that detail was not part of that part I didn't paint. Up underarms looking good. Santa's got some kind of a clock on his pants here. It's not, I don't know what color, I know it doesn't need to be red, I'm just saying it's, I don't know what he's doing with that. I guess that's how you keep track of how much more, how you're doing on your deliveries. He's like, according to my clock here, it's 1/2 you're getting your butt kicked, Mr. Krampus. Now this guy is comparable in size to Krampus, even though Krampus is a much bigger fig. Watch. Let's see. Yeah, this is Krampus's body. So, no, Krampus is a big boy. No, that's, I guess, comparably speaking, Krampus will be quite a bit bigger than him. But it's alright. It's Santa Claus. He's not going to take no smack from no stinking fiend. Fiend that's treating kiddos poorly. It's like, I've been hearing you've been messing with the kids, and now you're going to have to pay the Santa Claus fee. Time for you to pay up, buddy. Alright, Santa's got his base coat. I don't think I missed anything that I want red. But I probably did, and I will have to fix that when I return to, once I get to that point. Oops, I missed a tiny little bit. Just as I said, I'm all done. Turns out, not all done. Just a little bit underneath the beard here. It's really not as red as it could be, but okay. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna call it. The Santa's got his basic paints on. His very initial of all initials. Red Santa suit colors going. It's a good color for Santa. I mean, this red is a good color for his suit, I think. Let's turn him around. He's certainly not done, and I don't even have some of his stuff primed. I got some serious priming to do tomorrow, so I can move on with other parts of him and other figures too. Is there a good pose for him? Without his arms, not so much. But hey, that's such is the way of not finished figures, right? Then let's go ahead and mark down the paint I used, which wasn't much. I'm just so far all I've done is red, and oh yeah, and the ink. Oh, it is not. There we go. And then the other thing I used was white ink. The first two colors to Santa to get are completely entered. And I'm at 28 minutes. Why? How come it says I did an hour and 16 minutes on him on Wednesday? What did I do? I don't think I did anything. What did I do on Santa? I don't know, man. This really didn't take that long to prime him. I don't know what I did on Santa that day. I gave Santa credit for something I did, though. I was probably working on another figure. Totally. That was probably the mage, the monk guy. Santa's getting some credit for things. Okay. So, on a totally unrelated note, the Broncos won again today. Amazing. 4 in a row. That's totally crazy. Beating some good teams. Denver was favored, but they won by the skin of their skinny skin teeth. Or their chinny chin chin, or whatever you want to call it. But hey, win is a win is a win is a win. I'll take it. And thing is, I was watching the game. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was watching it, and Denver just was like giving up yards and yards and yards, and I was just struggling mentally to watch it because Denver's been so bad at getting themselves beat up, and I'm like, I do not want to watch another total letdown. See, that's how I am right now. I'm so shell shocked by the way they played lately. I'm afraid to watch them. My brain is like, oh, I don't want to do this. I can't watch it. So I stopped, and then I checked later, and of course they won. But they're winning games on field goals. But I'll take it. It wasn't a good game either. I heard that they played pretty poorly, but they just got lucky. I mean, the defense did enough, right? Got some turnovers that mattered, and managed to pull off the wins. And hopefully they'll solidify. They got to get that offense together so they're not so on the cusp all the time. But that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother day. So, till next time, take it easy.